Thank you so much for the attention.
Thank you, Prime Minister Mickoski, dear Christian, for hosting us in this beautiful city of Skopje, and thank you also for a great dinner we have experienced yesterday. We all have been planning to be here in March, but your country was struck by a tragedy and the fires at nightclub in Kočane. So many young lives lost, so many others injured, and some are still treated in hospitals. I have often thought about the loved ones of the victims and about how actually under the line nothing is more important than family and community. And it is good to know that in those difficult days, other Europeans, the European community, could help. The EU Civil Protection Mechanism immediately coordinated air evacuations, and some of the victims were treated in hospitals as far away as Sweden, Spain or Latvia. But it was your neighbors, Serbia, Greece and Bulgaria, who responded fastest and took care of many of the injured. Dear Christian, dear all, Europeans showing solidarity for each other, Europeans cooperating to address shared challenges, that is the essence of everything we do together. And this is true at the local level when we face tragedy, floods or wildfires, and it is true at the global level. President von der Leyen captured this idea last month when she accepted the International Charlemagne Prize in Aachen. She spoke of a world that is again marked by imperial ambitions and by powers ready to mercilessly exploit our divisions, our dependencies. And she said that the next great European project needs to be, I quote, building an independent Europe, a Europe in which we decide our future for ourselves. Because nobody will take care of the future of Europe but us. But what will it take to do us that? First, we have to strengthen our competitiveness. Second, defending our democracies against external adversaries. Third, taking the security of our continent into our own hands. And finally, taking the last steps in the unification of Europe, meaning enlargement, based on common values and principles, because united we are stronger. So for the first time in the history of Europe, if we do it right in the enlargement process, we could unify our Europe. And the Europe cannot be united without Western Balkans. I hear the same sentiment echoed in EU capitals. In Copenhagen, Denmark is taking over the presidency today. In Berlin, in Warsaw and in Paris. And I'm stressing this here because I want to be very clear. There is a clear consensus for further enlargement now. It wasn't in the past the same, but the window of opportunity might not be there forever. And we are seeing significant progress. Albania, dear Prime Minister Edi Rama, has opened 3 clusters in the last 6 months. Thank you for contributing to the success of the enlargement process. If we go on like this, we will be able to open all the clusters this year, and as I have told you yesterday, I'm looking forward to celebrate opening the last cluster in the autumn time. And last Friday, Montenegro closed yet another chapter. And in Bosnia and Herzegovina, the reform agenda has been adopted, and we are waiting for a new government, Mr. Kurti, to finally really put a lot of energy into the accession process, and we are already moving in Serbia, and I hope we will be able to soon move on. But this is the accession process. Today we are here about the growth plan, as you have been saying, dear Christian, there we are successful. So, I can easily get emotional when I speak about the Western Balkans because this region is very special to me, and that I want to help as many of you as possible to come over the finishing line. I know that fundamental reforms we are demanding from you are not easy. They touch established power structures, they challenge vested interests, and in many ways they demand a profound societal transformation. You've been speaking about this. And they need you, the leaders, to drive that change. The changes, the transformation cannot happen if you are not the leaders, real leaders in this. And I can reassure you they are worth the efforts. The benefits of EU membership are multiple. Stability, security, prosperity for all your citizens. The growth plan is entirely in your hands, so there is no interference from, let's say, the political dynamics. It is a tool to help you with the important reforms, and these reforms are also needed to prepare you for the membership, and it allows you to bring some of the benefits of the EU single market to your citizens and businesses on an equal footing with member states, and now, not at some distant point in the future. You have already delivered a lot, and now it's time to intensify the implementation phase. Take SEPA. In simple terms, it means that a young entrepreneur, for instance here in Skopje or in Tirana, can receive payments from across Europe as easily as businesses in Vienna or Madrid. Take the green lines. The full implementation will cut border waiting times by 50 to 70%. For any exporter from the Western Balkans to the EU, this would be huge. And more is coming. With the single market highway, we will offer even more opportunities to link up our economies. Yesterday we were talking about the importance of the economic development. Together with Commission Vice President Séjourné, we will work with you to identify supply chains into which your companies can integrate already now, align with our standards, and your economy will benefit. European companies keep telling me that they want to reduce geopolitical risks by investing closer to home. So it is getting away from the global more to the regional. And let's make it easy as possible for them to choose your countries. We are also working on this, and I'm looking forward to have a regional investment conference in Tirana in the autumn, and also investment conference in Podgorica. On the 15th of July, your trade ministers will be asked to decide on the next director of the CEFTA Secretariat. Please coordinate and make sure we get a decision. The path to a single market goes through CEFTA, and we have no more time and money to lose. In 2 weeks is also the deadline for the second reporting round on the reform agendas. I look forward to see those reports. I know some of these reforms are difficult. They are meant to be because we want you to play in the same league as our member states. And in this, if I call it Premier League, the stakes are really high. Every progress needs strong political steer, and this is what I'm asking from you, dear leaders. We are, of course, here to assist you wherever we can, and we want to reward you for the work you have already done. But I can only disperse the full amounts of funding once all the reforms that you set for yourselves are in place and fully implemented. Therefore, I expect tangible progress in implementation still before our next leaders' meeting. We will make the disbursement for the first reporting round still this month. So of those disbursed funds, at least 50% will go to the projects under the Western Balkans investment framework, and they will help you build roads, train lines, they will finance wind and solar parks, and they will help put in place digital infrastructure we have been discussing yesterday at the dinner, and this is what any competitive economy needs. The growth plan is in your hands, as I have said. We need you to make it a success and for the benefit of your countries and your citizens, and also to prove to the member states of the European Union that you are ready for more. And really, the member states now are watching you. They are watching at you, what are you delivering. And we are happy for every success you deliver. And one of the tasks I see as my work is very important, that I speak about your successes inside the European Union. Ready to play on the same team and to do your share in building a strong, united Europe that takes control of its future. This is how I see all your countries, the Western Balkan countries, and I will do my best to enable your integration on the way, and of course to see as many as possible from you becoming a member of the EU, perhaps also during my mandate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Commissioner.